All right, Wellness Wheel here with our special guest, Miss Shirmell Bell. That's that right?
Yes, that's correct.
Yeah, she brought us some special gifts and whatnot.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. St. Louis Curvy Girl Slay. And she'll tell us all about this on our podcast today and all the things that she's doing.
Yeah, so we're gonna. Sheila's probably gonna cut hers up and make it into something fancy. I'm gonna wear mine as a gown of some sort. Maybe I'll put a belt on with it and some shoes. Welcome back to the Wellness Wheel. I'm Dr. Eboni January.
And I'm registered nurse Shelia Cunningham.
We have a very special guest. We are so excited to have her. She has a lot of energy, and she's going to be telling us how she stays fit.
Yes, right. That's right. Why don't you introduce yourself?
Hello, my name is Shirmell Bell, and I am the distributor for the St. Louis division of the Curvy Girl Slay.
Okay, distributor.
Yes, ma'am.
You have some other things to tell us about yourself.
Well, I'll start with my education. I have a bachelor's in biology with a minor in chemistry from University of Missouri, St. Louis.
Smart. Okay.
I'm currently a graduate student at Feinbein University getting my MAT in special education.
Okay.
And I aspire to become an educational psychologist.
I love it. I love it.
So, psychologist.
Exactly. Go ahead.
So how did you get started with this?
When I was a kid, I used to always try to fix things. Self-diagnosis. They used to call me Dr. Bear. I could figure anything out. I was WebMD and reading an encyclopedia.
Oh, wow. You look smart.
My family thinks education is so important. My grandfather was a high school dropout, and by the time he retired, he was working for NASA. My grandmother was a high school dropout, and she was in the first class of African-American people to graduate with mixed cultures from St. Louis University.
Oh, wow.
When her kids were in high school, she went to college to show them something different. And then her friends, along with her, petitioned St. Louis University because they went to the Multicultural Center, and they were the only ones separated from the schools at graduation time. And they weren't having it because it was equal and not separate. Okay. So I have this civil rights, be a boss type of mentality that I was born with. Yes. And when I was raised, we learned how to cook, clean, paint, fix the line. We woke up on Saturday. Woke up Saturdays. We read an encyclopedia. You're gonna write a sentence, paragraph, or essay.
Kids these days don't know what it is.
They don't know anything about it, but I know all about it.
Wikipedia.
Right. And that's not completely accurate.
Exactly. So many errors. Yeah. So now tell us about this Curvy Girl distributor.
Okay. So one day I was looking at Facebook, and they were like, "Oh, we're gonna have our photo shoot. It's nationwide. If you want your city." And I was looking. I said, "We don't have this." Oh, they got me messed up. How much is? Let me email, send some texts. And I contacted the national provider who initiated the program. It's Project Curve Appeal. She has a few different initiatives. The Pink City Girls. And then she has the Curve Appeal Project, along with the photo shoots. So the photo shoots are quarterly, and the platform is education, empowerment of our community. It's cross-cultural, cross-class, no separations, just embracing our diversity and fitness.
Awesome.
And it's altered toward curvy girls, but to me, anybody could feel overweight. Anybody can be underweight. I think that if we work collectively, that we can get more done. So I look at life like an Aristotle quote. It's the sum of the parts is less than the whole. So working together, we can make more of a difference. If I was speaking in layman's terms, I would say you have a car and it's in 1,000 pieces and they're added together and just sitting there. You have a pile of trash. If you have a vehicle, you can move across the country.
That's right. That's right.
That's what I meant.
I love it. So, but you're also in it. So you got this initiative that you're doing here in St. Louis, where you're just promoting education, curviness, fitness, everything. But you also teach some classes, right?
Oh yeah, Zumba.
Zumba.
That's how I got into fitness.
Okay, Zumba. Good. How long have you been doing Zumba?
This is my going on 6 years.
Okay.
I've been an instructor for about 1.5 years.
Okay. Cool. That's awesome. That's awesome. And where are you teaching these classes?
Typically, I volunteer because I'm in graduate school. I didn't want to be buckled down, but when the Dollhouse has events, I'm on their sub list, and I volunteer there. When Club Fitness has events, I volunteer there. We do health fairs. We just do whatever. We do dog fairs, anything I can think of. I mean, blind, the dogs for the blind,
Okay.
anything that will help others.
Mm-hmm.
So I typically volunteer more than I actually work.
Okay.
I just feel like I'm blessed, so I don't have to.
I know that's
Sure.
right. That's awesome.
You are blessed.
I know I am
Yes,
blessed.
Right, exactly.
How'd you get into Zumba specifically?
I had broken my ankle and I had a rod in my leg. I broke it over at the City Museum playing around. I'm kind of young at heart. And I had a compound fracture in my leg and it folded outward.
Ooh.
It was the most pain I had ever had in my life until they re-broke it.
Mm-hmm.
And when I went back to work, I had one really thin leg because I hadn't put any weight on it.
Yeah.
And I was like, I have to do something to get fit. I'm in my mid-20s and I'm overweight. And so I need to do something to strengthen my body.
Mm-hmm.
And I like to dance.
Mm-hmm.
So I dragged my best friend to a Zumba class. And it was a Zumba class that was kind of not my speed just because of the type of dance. But I'm persevering. So I was like, maybe I'll try another class.
Right.
I tried every class in St. Louis until I figured out my top 10.
Right, exactly.
So now I'm a Zumba superstar. I want to teach classes.
Everybody
Zumba
knew
fun.
you now.
Oh, they do.
Right.
So I love it.
Right, exactly. Well, that's good. So tell us about your fitness, your education, and what you're striving for as a community leader.
I really believe that working together is the key to everything, like I said before. In my personal experience, I've worked as an educator for about 20 years. When I was 13,
Just 20, girl.
I'm 32. Okay, so at 13, I started volunteering at a daycare called Kitty Castle.
Okay.
I did it every summer. And she started paying me because I did it so well, even though I was a volunteer.
See?
So I started off with the students that were like 5 to 11. I was 13.
Wow.
I told them what to do better than their mom. Oh, you guys are gonna listen. I'm the oldest grandchild and I have to be responsible and you are not gonna respect me. And she was like, you know what? Go take the little class. So I took the class and I did that every summer up until I went to college. I initially went to Prairie View A&M University and then I transferred here back to UMSL.
Okay.
But working in education, I realized that the people at the bottom of the totem pole are paid the least and they do the most work.
That's right.
Now, personally, I feel like the people that work with the children are the most important aspect of education. Nobody can have a job without being educated unless you're self-educated, which I highly doubt. So I feel like as an educator, I wasn't getting paid nothing. I get paid more to go to school.
Yeah.
I get a big fat check to just go take a class and have artistic freedom.
Yeah.
I can dance and play and volunteer, and I feel like working is the worst thing I could do because it interferes with my mental growth. I want to be honest. I like to work for Jesus.
I know.
I get my blessings.
Get your
So I
blessings,
want to
girl.
work in the educational field as far as separating the gap between administration and educators. Why are you making $300,000 and I'm making $35,000? And I'm working with kids that are spitting in my face, calling me bad names. And all of the kids aren't bad, but I particularly work with children with autism. So there's physical violence, there's a lack of communication, there's sign language, and I was working very hard to the point where I was taking anxiety pills for it.
Oh, wow.
But I didn't want to give up because our turnover was 90%. So if I gave up on them, who was going to work with them? People would look at me, oh, God bless you. Oh, you're going to heaven. Oh, I couldn't do that. And so I'm like, well, somebody has to do it. And I love my babies. I don't have personal children of my own. And every morning when I wake up, I want to help somebody else before I help myself.
That's beautiful.
That is awesome.
And so I just couldn't leave them until I just had to leave them. And when I left with a bang. I said, I quit now. Right now, I don't have a nanosecond to work here. I quit. I don't deserve it.
That was a way to go out.
Got a letter from my doctor. Bam, don't sue me.
Right.
This is an anxiety attack, and I gotta go.
Yeah.
I've been
I take
happy
care of
ever
myself.
since.
I know. You've been smiling the whole time.
I know, right?
I'm not mad about it. It's the best thing I ever did.
Exactly. Well, you're listening to the Wellness Wheel, and we have Miss Shirmell Bell, and I love that name.
Yeah, it rhymes.
It rhymes.
We love it.
I got hard times for that.
Yeah.
Shirmell Bell, Taco Bell.
Oh, poor thing.
I just hit it with your mama. I ain't about to play.
Yeah,
I was
right.
a kid.
Exactly.
Look, just gut
That brings
punch her.
us back. That brings us back, then. Your mama.
Take it to the streets.
Man, they still doing that.
They are.
I'm telling you, they will fight.
Oh, you gotta say the
You
fighting
said
words
mama?
back up on me. Yo, mama.
Your mama
don't talk about
the
me.
worst one is your grandmama. Don't let the grandma
don't
be
talk
dead. Oh my
about
God,
the
'cause then it's a
grandmama.
fight. Then they gonna kill them.
Don't Don't put the grandma in there. That's taking
Right,
too
right.
far
Dr.
for me.
January's cracking up. She know that. They still do that, Dr. January. I'm telling
Lord
you.
have
Your
mercy.
mama. And I'm like, why did you fight? Because my grandma did. You think she knows?
She didn't have it.
You think
She's in
mad?
heaven ashamed.
You up here fighting at school. Your grandma did.
Oh, I got in a fight for that before. I
Oh
really
my
did.
God, that is hilarious.
It's so true.
Where were we?
I know. Dr. January got a laugh out of
Oh
that
my
one.
God, that was too funny. So I work with the adults, so I don't get the yo mama.
Oh, yeah. You better not.
No, not
Something's
at all.
wrong.
Exactly. So you started out in education, and you're no longer doing education. Is that correct?
Okay, so I'm getting my master's in education, but I would like to teach professors. I
Okay.
think that I can teach on a wider scope due to the abundance of education that I have.
Mm-hmm.
Then plus I don't feel like the children have the respect that I had to have when I was a child, because I went to Catholic school, for goodness sake.
Right.
I walked past a paddle. I'm not saying people need to be abused, but I didn't have to be abused. I looked at it and I kept it tight.
Right.
I'm not going to learn anything about that paddle. I'm going to learn whatever I need to know.
Exactly.
And I feel like there's a lack of structure in the educational system, and it needs to be fixed from the ground up. I think parents need education. How are you going to teach your child algebra if you don't know it?
That's true.
They went through the system. They graduated. They don't know anything. I just got into a debate with somebody that has to unfriend them. I'm not going to debate with you
That's all.
about
Let's say you were
X plus
unfriended.
Z equals Y,
Right, right,
and I've been teaching school since I was 13.
Yeah.
You got to be unfriended. It's nothing personal, but I don't have time to have this conversation.
Right.
Yeah.
Your time is precious.
It's very valuable. I'd rather do nothing.
Right.
Sit in peace. Read a book.
Meditate.
Draw a picture.
Exactly.
I quit now.
I quit immediately.
Right. This is
Clock
the,
out and write a
this is how you do
resignation
it.
letter.
This is how you do it.
Don't
I
cry,
quit.
principal, because I quit. I've been warning you. She's like, you didn't give me a 2 weeks. I gave you a 2 years notice. I've been telling you I'm going to quit. You didn't quit. Let me see the letter. I said I quit.
Ooh.
Don't cry now. You should have gave me a raise before I quit.
Right, right.
You know.
That's
Your
too
time
funny.
is your money.
Exactly. So what's next for you with the fitness round? Are you going
Okay,
to...
so we're going to have quarterly events to document the fitness. I had my first event at the Dollhouse. It was a photo shoot to embrace the everyday woman. These are our shirts. And you guys didn't notice this, but it says Love and Me.
Okay.
I want you
show
to
our camera.
embrace yourself as is. I love
Yes,
everything about future Dr. Bell, Miss Bell, or whatever you want to call me.
Right, right. Mama Bell.
Mama Bear, Bossy Chick.
Bell. I said Bell.
Bell, yeah. Well, the thing, I know I said Bear, but the thing is that you have to love yourself if you're going to love anybody else. And I know that your platform is all around wellness. I want to be spiritually better,
That's right.
mentally better,
That's right.
physically better,
That's right.
financially better, and educationally better. I want to be
Preach.
the best Shirmell that I can possibly be.
Absolutely.
Since I know my potential,
Broke
I'm
it
going to
down, you guys.
live up to it. I have a friend, and she's a doctor already. She's practicing. Her husband's a doctor already. She calls me up when she was in medical school. You're smarter than me. Why aren't you here? Because of my life. Well, you need to just come. Well, I can't just come. But the point is, she told me I used to pray and wonder how you were so smart. She's like, you went to a party every night, but you got straight A's.
Yeah, that's
Well,
what
the thing
happens
is, I knew how to, I was blessed. I have a higher level of understanding, metacognition. You tell me, I get it. If you don't tell me, I read it, and I'll teach it to myself, and I'll teach it to you.
I got some work for you to do then.
I can show y'all a transcript.
Metacognition.
That
Look,
higher
exactly.
level of
right.
understanding.
I understand
You
it. You
better
know
know
what?
it.
And that reminds me of that movie, you know, when you said that. Because I realized that our kids are not using enough of their brain. They don't even know their capability of what their brain can do. And I remember that movie, and I know my producer will give me the name of it because I'm bad at the names.
She
Lucy.
always is.
It's Lucy, that movie Lucy.
She got it this time. Sheila's
It's
always
just-
quoting a
Yes.
movie or a book and
What's
never
the
knows
name
the
of that?
name of the author,
Hey,
ever.
It's Thanksgiving weekend, you
Give her a
know.
pass.
It's starting to
One
all come
pass.
together now.
Right, that
She
turkey
got-
will make you
I'm
lose
so
your
proud
mind.
of Sheila,
Yes,
though.
but
She got it this
all
time.
I had to do was, mentally that made me remember, because all I had to do was say, our producer can get it, and I'm like, no, I'm going to get it before him. But did you see that movie, Producer
I
Arlen?
have not seen the movie Lucy.
That is one movie. He knows every movie.
No, I don't.
Every
Don't
song.
do that to me.
Now I'm about to ask him a
sorry.
movie.
Don't do that
Right,
to me.
name the movie and play it out.
Don't do
Well,
that
you
to
know
me.
what? And in studio too, we always play movies out too. So
That's
we gotta
right.
we gotta videotape that so you can let our audience know how much fun we have. But
Exactly.
Shirmell, so what I was saying, the reason why I was saying that is because our students do not use their brains like they can. They don't realize this is an actual computer that they can just like if they don't use it, they'll lose it.
Right.
And so what happens is that there's jails waiting on them according to their testing. And so the way that we're schooling our kids right now is so out of date. You know, and so we need to find out how we can make them, you know, like there's schools that are trying new things, but how we can make them use their brain, how we can make them know that, you know, the traditional style is not working, and that's for our bigger people. But you know, our kids are our future.
Yeah,
that's my specialty. Actually, on my personal time to make extra money, I tutor. One of my best friends, her husband owns an investment firm. She's like, her son was tested for a gifted program and he wasn't accepted. I said, he's gifted. I've been a teacher for so many years. He asked too many questions to not be, his brain is burning for knowledge.
Yeah.
If he has not been given the knowledge to take the test, how is he going to ace the test?
Right.
I said, what you need to do is ask what test he's taking and give me the information. So what we're going to do is hang out, and I'm going to make him think he's playing. But he can only play educational games.
All right.
If he's grade level 2, we're going to go up to grade level 3. Oh, I guess the answer to that one, Nana. Oh, that's great. You're awesome. We're going to paint. We're going to color. We're going to do things to relax his mind. We're going to talk, go to the art museum, the science museum, and then we're going to sit down and learn something new. And so I just went to the store about magnetic letters, numbers, paint, finger paint, Play-Doh. Different ways of learning, reading a book, flashcards, bingo with sight words, things that help younger children learn that they're capable. Also, a very important aspect.
You have your own school.
I should.
I'm just thinking that, you know, I just put that out.
Is you know, we talk. My friends and I talk about that. Giving them the confidence to know they can do it.
Yeah.
Sometimes students just don't do it because they believe
don't
they
have the
can.
confidence.
Oh,
That's
right.
true.
You can
That's true.
motivate them. And I just have a vision of a school like that, too, because I am always into the law of attraction, speaking things, affirmations. I think that if those kids come right in and wake up in the morning and have an affirmation, today is going to be a great day, instead of, you know what, I don't like this teacher. I don't, you know, all these excuses of being, you know,
Wake up and be positive.
Yeah, wake up and be positive
I'm
and
gonna learn
grateful.
Exactly, being grateful.
Gratitude.
Oh, Jesus,
Give
we
us
need that.
5 things. Yes, 5 things that you're
Yes.
grateful for, you know? Give us 5 things you're grateful for.
Me?
Yes, you.
I'm
Shirmell
thankful
Bell.
for life,
It is
love,
Yes.
happiness, knowledge,
Knowledge.
and the human race in general.
I love it. I love it.
Love
Well,
it.
you're listening to the Wellness Wheel on the In the Zone Network. We have Miss Shirmell Bell here. Lovely, lovely. She's into everything, and she definitely embodies all of the aspects of the Wellness Wheel. So we're so happy to have you. So tell our listeners where they can find you.
You can find me at St. Louis Curvy Girl Slay at gmail.com. We also have a page, the St. Louis Curve Appeal, on Facebook. And I have a store at Store Envy, St. Louis Curvy Girl Slay at Store Envy with 1 E.
Okay. You're listening to the Wellness Wheel, people. Stay tuned.
In the studio having a good time. Let's hear it. Miss Shelia. Yeah.
Here's Sheila.
Yeah.
She was that long?
Yeah.
I didn't know.
Yeah.
Hey.
Whose podcast is better than ours?
Back.
Nobody's.
Ours.
Show 'em your shirt.
I'm Dr. Eboni.
Oh, my shirt.
Bring it in. Let's see. Let's get a close up.
Today we have Ms.
Wellness Wheel.
Jones.
Amazing.
Custom shirts made by AW Printing.
AW.
Yes. Check them out. We love it. Let's see. We can't see me on the shirt. Turn it. It's a glare. The other way. Now bring it in. Yes. Look at that.
Glare.
Love it. Love it. Love it. Love it.
That's a workout, man.
It is.
It's a workout.
And
You
that's
gotta do that.
courtesy of Miss Cheryl Rhythm Rumble.
Rhythm Rumble coming to St. Louis.
Yeah.
And her music is custom.
Yeah.
So I got to get that CD.
We love it. Cheryl, if you're listening, we want you to recreate that Coming to America,
Yes.
the first scene.
Right. You don't have to do that.
Yeah. Yes, get it. My co-host. Look at her.